President Trump has returned early from the Summit of World Leaders in Canada. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce tracking the story. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, this all came as a real surprise. The president was supposed to be waking up in Canada this morning for a second day of summit meetings. Instead, last night, he suddenly canceled and left with little public explanation. Now, Trump just arrived back here at the White House a short while ago, instructing his National Security Council to be waiting for him in the Situation Room. Overnight, President Trump with an abrupt about-face, announcing he's cutting short his trip to the G7 summit in Canada, racing back to the White House instead.
Well, I have to be back. Very important. I want to just thank our great host. He did a fantastic job. Thank you in Canada. But you probably see what I see, and I have to be back.
The press secretary announcing the move, saying President Trump will return to Washington tonight so he can attend to many important matters, adding it's because of what's going on in the Middle East, but offering no specifics. The schedule change announced moments after the president warned everyone in Iran's capital city, nearly 10 million people, to flee, posting everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran, with no additional explanation. Earlier, as Israel and Iran continued to launch a barrage of strikes against each other, Trump not ruling out U.S. involvement, as Israel pressures the U.S. to intervene militarily to destroy Iran's nuclear program. Only the U.S. has the 30,000-pound bunker buster bomb capable of reaching Iran's deeply buried nuclear site.
If it would help bring Iran to the negotiating table, would you guarantee that the U.S. would not get involved militarily?
Well, I think Iran basically is at the negotiating table. They want to make a deal.
Sources tell ABC News the president raced back to try and make one last big diplomatic push. But on Air Force One, the president disputing claims by French President Macron that he's looking for a ceasefire, stressing he wants a lasting nuclear deal.
And then a real end, not a ceasefire. An end, or giving up entirely. That's okay, too.
But adding,
They should have done the deal. I told them, do the deal. So I don't know. I'm not too much in a mood to negotiate.
Though he is signaling he's considering sending the vice president and his Mideast envoy, Steve Witkoff, to negotiate with the Iranians.
I may. Depends on what happens when I get back.
Now, later this morning, the president is expected to meet with his National Security Council in the Situation Room. Trump telling reporters there on Air Force One that he decided to race back to the White House so that he could, quote, be a little more well-versed and not have to rely on phones as he navigates this crisis.